It's easy to focus on what we don't have, and sometimes we can lose focus on all that we do have. Having hope doesn't mean everything's okay. It just means that you can see the possibility that even if things never get okay, you're still gonna be okay.
Y'all, that tastes like liquid vanilla bean ice cream. Oh my gosh, that is so good. I don't know what the heck I'm doing, so can't hurt. I think that that's half the battle, is just being willing to try things that you're not comfortable with, that you don't feel good about, and being willing to kind of push through those hard times.
How many people are out there that have totally lost themselves and need some light and need some hope?
Good morning. It is day 50 of 75 hard. 2/3 of the way, y'all. Let's go.
I begin every day by reading my Bible, reading my 10 pages, journaling, and then spending a little bit of time in Duolingo.
One thing that I have tried to start doing here is begin my mornings with gratitude. And that's gratitude for y'all, for the people who have subscribed to my channel, who comment on my videos, who like my videos, who support me in any way. I just want to sincerely say thank you, because at the end of the day, everything that I'm trying to do, the journey that I'm trying to share, the goal of growing my YouTube channel, all comes down to getting more eyes and visibility onto my purpose, my mission, and that's to shine light into a dark world. And the only way that people are going to see my content is through people like y'all, validating it and essentially telling YouTube, hey, this is content that is worth watching and that people need to see. So thank you so much for all the support. I really appreciate you. Every time I see a comment, I make sure to go in and respond to it, and it just gives me the energy and the drive to keep going. This is a lot of work, y'all, and I couldn't do it without you. Thank you so much.
So day 50. Wow, man. I got to tell you, one thing about this program is it seems like one day you're thinking like, oh my gosh, it's day 10, I have so far to go. And then you just remain consistent throughout. A lot of the days start to blur together because you're doing, so much of the same thing every day. But then before you know it, you hit a milestone like this where you're 2/3 of the way done. And suddenly you start to be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, at least for the challenge, at least for the program. The great thing is, you can carry so many of these disciplines beyond the program, which is fully what I intend to do. With that said, though, let me give you a little idea of what I think today should look like. So first off, I'm going to try not to screw up my workout schedule this week like I did last week. So here's the plan. I'm going to do a weighted vest walk this morning. This afternoon, my second workout will be strength training. I'm trying to do all of my weighted stuff on the same day. That means that on my off days, on my non-weighted days, which will be Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, I'm going to run. So on Tuesday, I'll do a low heart rate run. On Thursday, I may do a high interval run. And then on Saturday, I'll do a longer run. That's what I think I'm going to try to do now. And so I'm going to lift 3 days a week, and I'm going to run 3 days a week as well. And then I'll take Sunday off. If you haven't been watching or following along, this is a 40-pound North Gym weighted vest. I have this black one, and I have a gray one that my wife wears sometimes.
Another really foggy day. This camera is so good though that it doesn't really depict how foggy it actually is. I can only see maybe maybe 50 yards in front of me right now. I think with this camera, it probably looks like I can see a lot farther than I can. But yeah, it's thick. I have several thoughts this morning. I'm going to start with a really personal one, and that's there's stuff in my life I don't talk about. There are strained relationships in my life. There are things that happened to me in my childhood and stuff that I really don't talk about. Maybe one of these days, I don't know. Primarily, I don't talk about that stuff though because the people in those relationships or people that would be affected by kind of knowing the whole story, it's just not worth it. I don't want to bring any kind of darkness into anyone else's life. I just don't want to hurt anybody, and sometimes the truth hurts people. Now, with that said, one of those strained relationships in my life is with my dad, and my dad has challenges. And my dad was texting me last night, and honestly, I don't normally respond to him because I've had to place boundaries in my life to keep myself mentally healthy. And he was wanting to see me, and my heart kind of broke over it. Because he's my dad, Of course I would love to see my dad. Of course I would, there's always something inside me that's gonna cry out to be with my dad, but when I see my dad, I go to a very negative mental place. And it's been an unfortunate boundary that has been necessary for me to place in my life in order for me to stay mentally healthy. Now, I'm praying that, God intervenes through that, and that either I become strong enough to be able to endure those situations, or something changes, in my dad's mind and heart. So anyway, I was really upset last night. I woke up feeling kind of upset this morning just over broken relationships, really. And it's just like God, man. God knows what's going on in your heart. God knows where your heaviness is. And while I felt myself settling into really dwelling on that, and it's a very conflicting feeling, I got a text message from a friend this morning out of nowhere, just telling me how much he valued my friendship and how much, he thanked me for just being there for him and encouraging him to change his life and everything. And it's like, okay, yeah, maybe every relationship in my life isn't what I want it to look like right now, but I have these amazing relationships that God has blessed me with. And sometimes I think that's what we have to do, It's easy to focus on what we don't have, and sometimes we can lose focus on all that we do have. I'm surrounded with great people. I'm surrounded with people that love me, encourage me, and support me. I'll never quit wanting my dad. I'll never quit praying that our circumstances change, and, hopefully one day we can have a normal, healthy relationship. But right now, this is how things are. And, God's not left me alone. And I'm thankful for that. So, if you're like me, and maybe what you deal with in your life is challenging relationships, heartache, broken relationships, there's hope for all that as well. And the thing is, having hope doesn't mean everything's okay. It just means that you can see the possibility that even if things never get okay, you're still going to be okay. And I'm going to be okay. Even if things never change there, I'm going to be okay. But I just keep praying they will. You know, I just had another really ironic thought. For a moment I was feeling the heaviness of the vest. And then I thought, you've been walking in heaviness your whole life. This old hat. This is easy. Oh man, the great thing is I now choose when I put the heaviness on, because all that heaviness has been lifted, man. There's someone else carrying it for me now. And the other thing I've been thinking about this morning is it seems like everywhere you turn around now, AI, artificial intelligence, AI this, AI that. And, you know, it's advancing really quickly, and there are a lot of things that AI is going to replace. But you know the one thing that AI can never replace? That is the authentic human experience. And that's what you and I have. We all have a unique story. We all have a unique approach to life. And there are lessons through all of that. You're never going to turn to AI and find the answers for, hey, I'm in this dark spot. How do I get out of that dark spot? It may be able to give you some generalities, but that's nothing compared to being able to hear from somebody who's actually lived through that, who's been in that darkness, who understands that darkness and found a way out. All the more reason for me to do what I'm doing. Present my authentic life, my authentic journey, and hopefully that resonates with somebody out there. Be the light in the darkness, because the darkness could not overcome it. All right, guys, there it is. Daily milestone 1 out of the way, 53 minutes. Outdoor walk or hiking, you know, but with the weighted vest, nothing special with the heart rate there. Does always tend to climb towards the end of the walk. All right, let's get this thing off and get to work. All right, just a quick update. It's 9:30. Been drinking all my water. I've been in meetings all morning long. I'm about to go into another 2 hours of solid meetings. Then I've got another 2 hours of meetings this afternoon. So I am going to just go out for a walk while I'm on these next meetings. Just move. I'm not going to record any of this. I do have to be active in these meetings, but I don't have to have my camera on or anything like that. So yeah, I'm just going to go get some extra steps in while I'm working. I'll catch up in a bit. Okay, there you go. That's what my outdoor walk looked like. I ended up, like I say, I had 2 hours worth of meetings, and I ended up walking for an hour and a half of that. Good meetings. Lots of good discussion and everything. And I got in a lot of extra steps. That will not count as my second workout today. Still going to get some weight training in. But if I don't do the full amount of weight training, like full 45 minutes, then I'll let some of this time count. Okay, updates. It is, I've got 15 minutes left in the workday. It's 2:45 right now. My fast should be up. Yeah, my fast was up an hour and a half ago. So I'm going to go ahead and end that. 19 and a half hours is what I ended up doing. And I have one more of these left. So I'm going to try the vanilla one today. These are really, really good. The chocolate and strawberry tasted awesome. So I'm going to have one of these. And I did just refill my second half gallon of water. Got a little water flavoring in there. And I think what I'm going to do once the workday is officially over is I'm just going to sit down and I'm going to edit out a couple of videos. Because once I go and I do the weight training or the strength training, I know I'm just going to be spent and I'm probably not going to want to sit and edit. So I'm going to try to knock that out. Probably give myself 2 hours to edit. If I give myself 2 hours to edit, I edit from 3 to 5 and then work out from, 5 to
5:45, 6 o'clock, whatever, if I do the full, 45 minutes, which I haven't been able to handle that with string training too well. We'll see. And then after that, I can get cleaned up, eat dinner, and sit down and relax for the rest of the night. So that's the plan. Y'all, that tastes like liquid vanilla bean ice cream. Oh my gosh, that is so good. If these weren't so expensive, I would never drink protein powder again. Like 230 calories, 8 grams of carbohydrates, which that is 8 grams of sugar. That's not great. But protein, 42 grams. I mean, these things are delicious. Feels like a treat. All right, it's about 4:10 and I've got the first video exporting. I forget about the export time. It always takes at least 20 minutes. So I'm probably going to go try to get some weight training in while this thing's exporting. Yeah, I was able to do that. The only thing was I felt a little something on my shoulder. So I watched that back and there was really nothing I could see where I was wrong. I'm going to see if I can see it better from this angle though. Maybe I was down too low. But I'm trying to line the bar up with my nipple line. So okay, that felt better. Just felt like, I don't know, a little impingement or something. But I've had weird things happening with this shoulder. Whenever I've tried to do, flies and stuff like that, I felt different things in this shoulder. So I'm not super surprised by it, but I watched one other video that showed a way to do these different sets, with one being up higher to work the top part of the chest, and then the second set being more neutral, like this, to kind of hit the middle of the chest, and then the last one, I'll move these down to the bottom and come up to work the bottom part of the chest. So I don't know what the heck I'm doing, so I mean, can't hurt. No, total failure. I thought maybe if I let out, guttural scream, it would help, but it didn't. And really that's part of what I'm learning to embrace with this. If you've followed the series, you know that I've never been into strength training. I really don't enjoy it. But part of the reason that I don't enjoy it is because I just don't feel like I know what I'm doing. And I'm so weak, I'm new, right? But part of the process is not making excuses and going through and trying to learn these things. So I've been watching a lot of videos. I've been trying to, do things. The one thing that makes it difficult is I don't have extra time to kind of like watch a video and then come in here and practice it and see how I'm doing. It's always just kind of like boom, 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 on to the next thing. And then when it comes time to work out, just kind of got to figure it out as I go. But I'm trying, And I think that that's half the battle, is just being willing to try things that you're not comfortable with, that you don't feel good about, and being willing to kind of push through those hard times until it becomes something you enjoy, something that you are comfortable with, something that you're knowledgeable about. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm learning, I'll improve, I'll keep learning, and I'll get better. It may look like crap today, it may suck today, but it won't forever. All right, I'm done with all of that. I'm gonna now do a little bit of core exercises. I'm just gonna do some curl ups. Here we go. Man, my heart rate is up there, y'all. Waiting for it to come down a little bit. Then we'll wrap it up. All right, guys, there it is. Traditional strength training right there. I did do 45 minutes. Here's what my heart rate looked like. You can notice that my heart rate climbed throughout the whole thing. Ultimately, though, pretty good workout. I feel good about it, and it's been a heck of a day. 192 exercise minutes, surpassed my exercise minute goal by 100 minutes, and yeah, feel good about day 50. All right, I'm gonna go get cleaned up and try to decide if I'm gonna eat or if I'm gonna sit down and edit another video first. I need to edit. I can possibly edit while I'm watching wrestling tonight though too. But I gotta get another one out today. I got to. Sure am hungry though. Welcome to my life. All right guys, here's dinner. If you haven't seen any of my other videos, but this is my wife's gumbo. It's like a healthier gumbo. It's really just chicken, some sausage, some shrimp. I've got a cup of white rice in there. She used a really, really light roux, not much oil or flour or anything like that. I've got 2 servings of her gumbo and 1 cup of rice. I would prefer to have a little bit more rice, but that was all we had made, and I'm starving. Okay, if you've been following me at all, you know this is dessert. 2, they're not caramel. These are apple rice cakes. Blech. We'll see how they taste. Unsalted peanut butter, just smashed up peanuts, and dark chocolate, sugar-free chocolate chips. Now, these are different chocolate chips than I've had. These are Lily's, and it's 60 chips for 50 calories, and they're sweetened with stevia. So we'll see how I like them. I really like that other brand, but we're out of those. Also, it's 15 till 7 o'clock at this point. I'm going to sit down and eat my little dessert here, and I've decided I'm just going to edit during wrestling. So I'm going to edit while I'm watching wrestling, hopefully get out another video. If I'm feeling froggy, maybe get out 2 videos. We'll see how it goes. But that's the nice thing about having this laptop now, is I can sit here in comfort in the living room and edit while I passively watch the greatest sport of all time.
This is my life now. Editing and WWE. There it is. Got the second one exporting. 2 videos today.
All right, it's about 10 after 10. I know this is a little awkward, but I'm actually a little emotional because I just ran down a YouTube rabbit hole and ended up finding a video of Butterbean, the Tough Man boxer, and Diamond Dallas Page, DDP, former pro wrestler, had helped him, and just seeing who he was, what he was capable of, and then how far he had fallen because he'd forgotten who he was, and his journey back. Just, man, it just really hit me really hard. I would encourage you. It's called Butterbean One Last Fight. It's worth watching. But it just, it made me think about my own mission, and it's like, if somebody like Butterbean, who has experienced all the success in the world, can completely forget and lose who he is, how many people are out there that have totally lost themselves and need some light and need some hope? I never thought it would happen to me, y'all. I never thought that I would be the kind of person who would end up in such a dark place where I'd completely forgotten my value and my worth. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. That's why I got to keep going. That's why I got to keep pushing. Everything that I do right now, it's every day that I take on in this journey. But every new challenge, every new goal, it takes me one step further away from that dark place that I was in. I'm creating and building my story and my testimony. I would just encourage you, if you're watching this and you're one of those people where you feel like you've lost yourself, like, you have value. You have value. And it's time for you to remember that. Okay, with that said, let's wrap up the day. Here's my calorie count for today: 1,589 calories burned, 193 exercise minutes, 17,800 steps today. There are the workouts that I did. Go over to MyFitnessPal. I'll show you what my nutrition looked like for today. Or I'll show you this ad that MyFitnessPal has decided to pop up. So here we go. It came in at 1,515 calories today. I had the protein shake that I showed you for lunch. Then I had the gumbo. I actually ate a little bit more than I showed you, so I did 4 servings of gumbo there. And I had the rice cakes. And that was about it. That was all I really had today. I forgot to start my fast. Oh, man. I started fasting at, it was right around 7 o'clock. Let's just say 7:15 to be safe, since I forgot to start it. But I know it was right around there because I had started watching wrestling and I was already done eating. All right, last but not least, let's go out to 75 hard. We did our first workout. We did our second workout. I took my picture earlier. We read our 10 pages. I just finished my second half gallon of water. It's sitting right over there. I followed my diet and I didn't have any cheat meals or alcohol because I don't drink alcohol, so no social media. And with that, y'all, I stay 50. That is 2/3 of the way complete. And I didn't intend, I'm still like feeling so emotional. I didn't intend for that. And there was a time that I'd be really embarrassed about getting emotional like that. But you know what? I don't care. Having emotions doesn't define, your manhood or how masculine you are. It's stupid, toxic garbage. But I apologize because that wasn't my intent. So day 50. Day 50, man. I feel like day 50 was a good one. I really feel good about it. Now, I described a couple days ago how this feels like, okay, I'm over the hump, and now I'm starting to work my way down the hill. You know, it's less than a third of the way to go now. By the end of this week, I'll be in the teens. So I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's exciting, but I know that it doesn't stop at the end of this journey. It just kind of gives me a milestone, another thing to be able to say, like, man, I've not only done 75 hard, but I did it twice. And the second time I did it, I documented the entire thing. So nobody can ever doubt that I really did it, and that's exciting. Anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me. I hope that you're encouraged, inspired. I hope that if you're in the darkness, my life has been able to shine a little bit of light into that darkness, and you can see the value in yourself, and you can begin your own journey today. Thank you so much. I hope to see you back here tomorrow for day 51 of 75 Hard.